Yes, this friend of mine, this big Beverly Hills movie producer, he decides to throw a party for all of his neighbors at his big estate. One of them is a black guy who lives across the way. The producer isn't quite sure whether to invite him or not, but in the end figures, hell, he is my neighbor, so I should invite him. So that weekend, everyone shows up for the big party, including the black man. Guests are lounging around the producer's estate, drinking and having a great time. Swimming pool is a 9-foot alligator. One of the guests asks the producer, where did that alligator come from? The producer says, I don't know. 2 days ago, I went out for a swim, and there he was. I'd give $1 million to anyone who can kill that gator. Before he even finishes talking, there's a splash, and the black guy is in the pool, wrestling to the death with the alligator. Gator thrashes, bites, and flips the black guy around like a beach ball. They thrash around till the black guy gives the gator a hard punch to the throat and kills it. Black guy climbs out of the pool. Producer says, holy shit, that was amazing. Guess I owe you $1 million. You want a check or cash? I don't want your $1 million, the black guy says. But we had a deal. Whoever killed the gator gets $1 million. Don't want it, the black guy says. The producer says, well, there must be something you want. Tell me what it is and it's yours. The black guy says, I want the name of the white motherfucker who pushed me in the pool. I liked it too. I try not to laugh out loud, but I liked it too. Oh, yes. My other neighbor, a young lady, she takes a seat on the witness stand when she goes to court. Judge says, now, miss, please tell us what happened. And she says, well, first he grabbed me on the street. And then what happened? The judge asked. Then, the stammers, he dragged me into the alley. The judge asks. And then he ripped my dress off, the girl says. He bent me over a garbage can and pulled down his zipper. Then what? The judge asked. The girl starts to sweat and says, after that, I don't remember what happened. The judge says, then for Christ's sake, make something up.
A kinky judge.
Oh, my.
Yes, all kind of joke.
Oh, what's grosser than your grandfather getting a hard-on when you sit on his lap?
No,
When
God.
your grandmother lifts her dress and says, let's go, kids, we're eating out tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh. Oh.
That's bad. Very
I'm
bad.
just going to have to pretend I never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about this? What's the definition of a fart? Does anyone know?
Another one punch. I don't know.
It's simply a turd honking for clearance. What has 16 balls and 3 pubic hairs? No one knows. A slumber party at Michael Jackson's house.
Oh, my God.
Oh, why did God give men penises? Anyone know?
Oh.
So they'd have at least one way to shut a woman up.
Oh.
I'll tell you,
Oh.
I tell you, when I was growing up, we were really poor. If I wasn't born a boy, I'd have nothing to play with.
Nothing to play with. Right?
Okay, why did the Army send so many women with PMS to Iraq? Why? They fight like animals and retain water for 5 days. Better than a rabid camel. Oh, yes. What's the flattest surface to iron your pants on? A
My
white girl's
chest.
ass. A white girl's ass.
Oh.
Why is it so hard for a lesbian to go on a diet? Because it's hard to eat Jenny Craig with Mary Kay on your face. Get it? Get it? Okay. Here's one. A cowboy walks into a whorehouse. He hasn't been laid in months. He says to the madam, "Hey, y'all got anybody available?" The madam replies, "Sorry, we're all used up right now." He can't believe what he's hearing and says, "Y'all got to have somebody." She thinks about it and says, "Well, we have one lady, but she's not used much anymore." The cowboy says, "That's all right, I'll take her." The madam charges him $5. The cowboy runs upstairs, opens the door, and sees an 80-year-old woman naked on the bed. He tries not to think about it and joins her in bed. Right when they start screwing, he cries out, "Ow, my God, that hurts!" So he pulls out. He puts her hand down there, fixes the problem, and they continue screwing. The cowboy says, "Oh, yeah, this feels so good. What did you do?" The old lady says, "I just picked the scabs off and let the pus run down." Okay, 3 guys get drunk and end up sleeping in the same bed. The next morning, they wake up. The guy on the left says, "I had a dream that someone was holding my dick." The guy on the right says, "Me too." The guy in the middle says, "I had a dream I was skiing."
Ding.
How can you tell when a pussy is worn out? You can stick your thumb in her ass and another in her pussy and snap your fingers. Okay. Someone needs a Kegel exercise there. This guy goes into the drugstore and asks the pharmacist where the tampons are. Pharmacist directs him to aisle 4. Man comes back in a few minutes with some toilet paper and cotton balls. The pharmacist asks, "Excuse me, none of my business, but you asked where the tampons were, and now you come to me with toilet paper and cotton balls? Why?" The man responds, "Well, last night I sent the old lady to the store for a carton of cigarettes, and she brought me back a bag of tobacco and some papers. Tonight it's her to roll her own."
We're back.
What did Lady Di and Pink Floyd have in common? Their last greatest hit was The Wall.
Oh, my
Ooh,
Lord.
almost as bad as a 9/11 joke. What do you get when you cross a Mexican and a Polak? Someone who spray paints his name on chain link fences? I've seen this happen. Yes, I've seen it happen.